What's up, people? It's your man Urban Lover coming from the Urban-mobile, reporting live and direct, coming from the highways of hell, being chased by cops as we speak, but it's all good because the cops are my friends. Anyway, I was on Twitter and I was actually talking to Eddie Starr. For those that don't know Eddie Starr is like one of the guys that actually got me to really start making videos and made a YouTube channel. Man, we used to chop it up a lot on his channel, and also and Mike from Lakers Talk comment section. Him and Mike are the two that actually got me to, start the, my channel. And ever since then, I just love it based on the fact that I can come talk to you guys, Now, the whole point of me making my channel was to just basically get in the comment section, chop it up with y'all. But because I became busy over the course of time, I said, well, I'm not going to do like I did last time where I stopped making videos for like, I think, what, 3 or 6 months? So I said, no, I'm going to keep on dropping videos, try to stay relevant within, in the Laker community. But anyway, me and Eddie Starr, and also I'm going to throw Lake Show in this as well, the Lakers Show in this as well. And the reason why I'm doing this is because me and Eddie had a conversation on Twitter. I didn't get to finish the conversation because I decided I just want to make a video because one thing about me, like I said, I'm real busy. I don't always have time to like type back and forth. So I might jump on Twitter for a little bit, comment, or reply to some comments or show love to some comments, and then I'll just jump off. It's not that I don't want to talk. So guys, if I didn't reply to your message, stuff like that, it's just that I'm busy. Not to be, not to be disrespected, because like I said, at the end of the day, everybody has their own opinion, but we're all Lakers fans, and it's okay to come and have a discussion. Instead of yelling and screaming and all that, we're grown. Well, most of us are grown adults, and for those that are still young, I consider you, getting to that mode of adulthood as well. But anyway, a conversation and civilized conversation is the best meaning to a possible answer. But anyway, I was talking to Eddie Starr, and Eddie Starr, we were going back and forth, and he stated that the Lakers wouldn't have made the playoff with the squad they have now. And a lot of fans who follow me know how I feel about that, because all through my videos, I always say that the Lakers could have made the playoff. The Lake Show, he said the exact same thing, that, that with the squad we got now, we weren't going to make the playoff. But I think Lake Show might be a little bit different. Only, I think that what he's basically saying, kind of similar to what I'm saying. What I'm about to share with y'all, for those who didn't watch my previous videos back in the days, I think Lake Show might be kind of like on that line right there. Based on a lot of things that happened throughout the organization, it was the biggest thing. But I think he stated at the beginning of the season that they weren't going to make the playoffs. And by all truth, I mean, him and Eddie were right. I cannot disagree with them. But my only take is this. Based on the scenarios that took place throughout the season, is my reason why they won't make the playoffs. And here's my reasons. Number one, let's start with the front office. All right, the front office, first of all, they made good draft picks. They did good with the drafts last year. The biggest problem with the front office was when Magic Johnson went public and stated that no one's untouchable except Brandon Ingram. And we're looking for Brandon Ingram to score 20-plus points. That right there, because you got to remember, Brandon Ingram, he's still young. So his mindset is like, man, you remember you playing for the Laker brass. So you playing for the Lakers, you know how it is, how the expectations are so high when you play for L.A. So Brandon Ingram, the beginning of the season, he was trying too hard. That's where we was getting all the turnovers. When he was penetrating, he was doing a lot of ISO moves. Can't turn the ball over. Just basically just trying too hard to please Magic to score these 20 points. Until later on down the line, he decided to settle down and play within the team system, which would make more sense, and he played better. Now, Julius Randle. Magic Johnson said, listen, get the guys to lose body fat. They're going to come in there in shape. If they don't come ready to play, they're going to be on the bench or they're going to be out. Basically, that was throwing at Julius Randle. Reason why I say that, because if you watch the games the previous year, when he used to run up and down the court, he used to be hunching over his freaking arm on his legs, tired. And he was like, he couldn't go 30, 40 minutes. But this year, he came in shape. But the biggest problem was, and now I'm going to switch over real quick to Luke Walton. Now, Luke Walton, I'm done with the front office, because that's basically, well, let me go back real quick. Then he got in shape. Then the other thing is, I'm going to go back to the front office because I don't want to be jumping around. And the other thing is with the front office is when, during the trade weeks, Magic Johnson came out and said that, they're looking to trade players. They were making calls and stuff like that. The guys were getting nervous. They were not motivated. And based on that alone, they weren't motivated because they were afraid that they were going to get traded. So they were asking some of the writers and reporters, hey, is my name coming up anywhere? Because they were nervous. They really wanted to play for LA. They didn't want to get traded, but that actually became a big reason why they wanted a 9-game losing streak. They were not they were not engaged based on the fact that they didn't know if they were going to be traded or not. So they were never really engaged in the game, and we went on a 9-game losing streak because of that right there, because Matt Johnson stating that we were looking to trade players instead of keeping hush-hush, almost similar to what, I forgot that team that just traded a player without nobody knowing. I forgot who it was. I can't think of it right now. But that was another thing, the front office. Now, with Luke Walton, his biggest problem is, number one, you know, fans rode on the hype that, you know, this guy won 40-something games with the Golden State Warriors, which everybody knows that the Golden State Warriors is a elitist team. You know, he won 40-something games with the Golden State Warriors. We got on the hype with that. And I'm not, first and foremost, letting you guys know I'm not knocking Luke, okay? I'm just breaking things down. 40-something games, we grabbed him real quick. We didn't really look at anybody else. We just grabbed Luke. Now, Luke had a system. The system, to me, it can work. But the biggest problem is Luke's inexperience as a coach. Now, I know somebody might say, well, you know, he coached them 40-something games. You know, he coached them 40-something games. You know, he has the experience. Not really, because he only coached that one particular time. Other than that, he was basically an assistant coach. So he didn't really, he just really watched Steve Kerr coach, basically, which, if you want to call it that. So he comes. The biggest problem was he started out, you know, giving players 20-something minutes, you know, certain players 20-something minutes. Then he was giving, I'm sorry, that's the previous season. My bad. First thing he did, the rotation. We already know about that. The rotation, when players were hot, he would sit them down in benefit of another player to make sure that player got time. His biggest problem was he was trying to show love to all the players. And you got to have a steady rotation. He tried to start a 1-unit, 2-unit. And the 1-unit, 2-unit, at the beginning of the season, the 2-unit was playing better than the 1-unit, just like it was the previous year. Until he finally decided to put Julius Randle in the starting position. I know a lot of fans say, well, you know, he did that because he wanted to motivate Julius. No, the main reason why he put Julius, he was bringing Julius off the bench because Julius Randle actually, when they ran that small ball, which Luke Walton likes, Julius Randle was much more better than Zubac and, well, we didn't get to see Thomas Bryant, so I ain't going to say him. But he was much more better than Zubac and Andrew Bogut, as in running that small ball, because he could bring the ball down, you know, because the thing is, Luke Walton, Julius Randle reminded him so much of Draymond Green. Simple as that. So when he got the ball off the rim, he could bring the ball down and he could work the post. So that was one of the big pet peeves that actually hurt us, is that they didn't start Julius Randle at the beginning. They were bringing him in, and he only playing 18 minutes. He wasn't getting 30-something minutes. And he was our best player. I know a lot of people say, well, Brandon Ingram, no. Julius Randle was our best player overall, based on the fact that he's the only one that played 80-something games. He's the only one that played hard mostly every night. Every month, his stats kept going up. So he was like our best player that was performing, you know, that season. But remember, they didn't start until, like, you know, towards the middle of the season. They didn't know how, Luke Walton didn't know how to use Mozgov. Didn't know how to use Lopez and Julius Randle together. You know, fans were saying they can't play together. And I've been telling y'all, no, it's that Brook Lopez, they got him for his shooting. Not so much as, you know, his inside play. You know what I mean? Because the thing is, they didn't really have no shooters. So the lineup they had was Larry Nance and Lopez. It didn't mesh because Larry Nance is not a low post player. He's more of a high flying type of player. You know, he don't have no post moves. He can't create down low. And Lopez, they were trying to get him to, you know, shoot out. So it was crazy. So once they decided to start Julius Randle, now Lopez could back up, go out the perimeter, knock down the jumpers, and Julius Randle could work down low. But it took Luke Walton time to figure this out, because he was still trying to run that Golden State type offense, you know, that motion offense where, you know, basically, you know, everybody runs to the perimeter to shoot threes. He was trying to run that for a while. So once they figure out Lopez, even they try to work Lopez down low, but like I said before, according to the Western Conference, Eastern Conference is much more easier for a center, because there's that many centers over there, where the West, it was loaded with centers. And I said when he matched up against some of these centers, he's going to have problems. So they didn't acknowledge off the back how to utilize Brook Lopez. That was another thing. Now, the other thing was the quick switching, which he did previous year and he did also this year. What I mean by the quick switching, I call it lazy defense. Whereas you got KCP. Instead of letting KCP or Josh Hart play their best score, you know, from the three to the, you know, to the point guard, whoever the best scorer was, instead of letting them play man-to-man and lock that individual down, they'll play quick defense, where you'll see somebody like a Lopez playing their best guard by the switch-off, where Lonzo Ball will be actually on their center while Lopez is out there chasing one of their guards around. So the quick switching was the biggest problem on the defense. And the perimeter, a lot of people say, well, our defense was ranked 12th. it was ranked higher than that. It was ranked in the top 10, top 5 before that. But what happened was, once people figured out the Lakers' defense, is when the team started getting better. The thing is that other people fail to realize is this also, is that when the teams take perimeter shots and they miss their shot, wide open shots, that makes the defense look good because why? The percentage drop. So they say, oh yeah, they're good against the perimeter, when it really wasn't. You know what I mean? It was just that teams were taking a lot of threes. The average team was taking anywhere from 30 plus threes on the Lakers. The average team. So when a team was taking a lot of threes, if they wasn't hot, it made the Lakers defense look good. But if they were on, the Lakers would get blown out based on the fact that they wasn't good at the guarding perimeter because of the quick switching. That was another thing. Now, another thing also, which I already stated earlier, was the rotation. So in the rotation, there was the biggest thing too, the rotation, which everybody know. When players were hot, he would sit players down. He would sit players down in order to benefit other players and let them get in and get opportunities to play. And then when that player come back in, he probably come in at 5 or 6 minutes later, and he's cold now. And then they expect them to continue on from what he started, and that's not the way that the league works. So that was another thing, the rotation. Time management. You already know about time management. That's a big thing. He would basically not call timeouts when it was needed, and sometimes he would call timeouts when it wasn't needed. And also, he didn't have a closer. It was like whoever gave the ball, he didn't have a good game plan to close out games. So that was a big thing. So that's the learning curve experience of Luke Walton. And that's the thing. That's one thing with Luke Walton. I might have missed some things, but like I said, it was really time management, rotation. Oh, and KCP. KCP, when he went through his personal situation when he was on home arrest and all that, instead of them sitting him down and letting him deal with his personal life, they decided to let him come back into the game and play. He was psyched out. He wasn't even engaged at all. And you can see it through those games that he played. He was just basically shooting us out of games. And that's why people was like, you know what, you should have got him out. Then also, when we picked up Isaiah Thomas, when we made the trade, when we got Isaiah Thomas, and I told people that the only way it worked as long as the ball got the ball, but Isaiah Thomas, a dominant point guard, it's not going to work. Because Isaiah Thomas ain't going to want to play off the ball because of his ego. He's an alpha male. So what happened? We get Isaiah Thomas. Lonzo Ball becomes the 2, and Isaiah becomes the point. So Isaiah Thomas got the ball more than Lonzo. That didn't work. You know what I mean? Instead of them letting Isaiah Thomas feed off Alonzo, because Isaiah Thomas was a better shooter, they decided to let Isaiah Thomas bring the ball down. That's on the coach as well. So that's the front office, then the coaching. I might have missed some things. We never got to see Thomas Bryant play. We didn't experiment with him at all. They didn't really play Zubac. You know what I mean? They kept rotating back and forth down in the G League. So that was some, that's some of the learning curves that Luke Walton have to learn as time goes on. Because remember, like I said, he's still an inexperienced coach that's learning as he goes. So hopefully, he'll work out the kinks with that. But that was like one of the things. Now the last thing is with the players. The biggest thing with the players was free throws. They missed a lot of free throws. So based on the fact they missed a lot of free throws, the free throws were the difference of us winning games and losing games. If you go back and look at the stats with the free throws, we were shooting like 60% sometimes, 60 in the 60% percentage when it came to shooting free throws. We were bad. Sometimes we were like 12 or 20 something. So we missed a lot of free throws that actually took us out of the game. And remember, we think we won like, what, 36 games? So we wasn't that far off from winning games. And matter of fact, when we had a little streak going, is we made a trade. When we made a trade for Isaiah Thomas and Channing Frye, we went on another small losing streak for a minute too. So, so a lot of things had to do with the front office, Lou Walton, not just the players. So you can't say, well, the players that we got was the reason why we didn't make the playoff. No, it was a whole institute of things, from the front office to the coaching, the inexperience of coaching on Luke Walton's behalf, and then the players, but the free throws. Now, I know a lot of people say, well, turnover. Well, you got to remember turnovers. We had a whole bunch of up-tempo, they play up-tempo. So based on the fact they played up-tempo, you're going to get a lot of turnover because they're running at a fast pace throughout the game. But the turnovers really wasn't a big problem because even with turnover, we still won a lot of games. Because we got back, we played a hustle man defense. Got a lot of steals here and there, a lot of blocks here and there. We played a hustle man defense where it kept us in a lot of games. Now, the other biggest thing was injuries. You know what I mean? Think about how many players we got injured. You know what I mean? That's the reason why Magic Johnson was so big on them getting in shape, losing body fat, so they could be able to run up and down the court, so they can basically kind of like withstand some injuries. But we had mostly everybody in the starting 5 except Julius Randle that was injured at one point in time, if I'm not mistaken. Someone playing hurt and someone were injured. So injury had a lot to do with us losing games too. So if you put all that in effect, and we kind of weave out all that, the Lakers could have made the playoff. That's my take on it. You know, some people might disagree with me, but that's my take on it. But at the end of the day, that's the whole point about opinions and discussion, which I love when it comes to our Laker family. I try not to I try to look at everybody's opinion from a degree, you know, from a certain degree. I don't try to nah, you know, because at the end of the day, everybody's opinion to a degree does have valid points. So, but that's my opinion. And to Eddie Starr, Eddie, I only know if you make videos, brother. I hope that you do. I haven't really watched nobody videos in a while because I got a lot of things going on in my personal life, which is a beautiful thing because, you know, everything work out right. Y'all guys gonna be shocked next year what I gotta show y'all. But anyway, Eddie Starr and The Lake Show, I would like for you to make videos. And I'm gonna throw Dan the Laker fan in there too, because I think Dan the Laker fan probably agree with me when it comes to you know, could we make the playoff? Mike, I think Mike be busy a lot. But here's my thing about that. If Mike, matter of fact, Mike Lakers talk, Dan the Laker fan, the Laker guys, Eddie Starr, The Lake Show. I love for all y'all to make a video on your take of why or why not the Lakers would have made the playoff. I want to just hear y'all reason. And I will try to watch some video because I like to hear what your guys got to say. So I like to try to hear what you guys got to say. But anyway, I love you guys. All y'all have a blessed day. And most of all, in this gloomy day, stay safe out there. Take care.